evil publicity, representation, endorsement, pronouncement made by the means of light. So what are the way in which we can advertise? By the means of light, sound, smoke, gas, print, electronic media, internet, website, include any notice, circular, label, wrapper, invoice, such other document. So this is called advertisement, and we know that when anybody advertise, then we just take this thing. So this is the meaning of class advertisement. See, this is called advertisement. Is that okay, class? Okay, this is called advertisement. Okay, now the next one. What is complaint? We are the consumer. Under the Consumer Protection Act, we have to complain. So what is complaint? So complaint is basically means a consumer or any voluntary consumer association. Okay, what is complainant? This is not complaint, this is complainant. So complainant is the person who complained. So consumer is a complainant, any voluntary consumer association, the central government or any state government, the central authority, one or more consumer. In the case of death of the person, his legal representative will also act as a complainant, and in the case the consumer is a minor, his parent and legal guardian. So class, this question can become in your exam, that what is complainant? The options will be given to you, and then the options will be given to you and you have to tick mark. So this is class the complainant. And this definition portion, class, trust me, that is very important, the definition portion. Hello Divya ma'am. I'm absolutely fine. How are you? Glad to see. Okay, so class, this is called complainant. Okay, now what is complaint? Complaint means basically the complainant person complain. So under the Consumer Protection Act, let's talk about what is complaint. What are the defective, when we just purchase the goods and this one take the services, and if any defectives come, so that's come under the complaint. Now see, what is complaint? Any allegation in writing made by complainant for obtaining any relief that is provided by or under this act, that unfair contract, unfair trade practices or restrictive trade practices, okay, has been adopted by any trader or service provider. The goods bought by him, agreed to be bought by him, suffer from one or more defect. The services hired, suppose if we hire any car, and avail or agreed to be hired, availed by him suffer from any deficiency, or a trader, service provider, as the case may be, has been charged for the goods and services, okay, that is fixed by or under any law, displayed on the goods or any package, displayed on the price list exhibited by him, or agreed between the party. That's great. Divya ma'am, proud of you. I know that you will clear the exam, okay, that's great. So ma'am, whenever we just conduct the success party, you have to come, okay, and in most probably in January we will conduct, okay, so you have to come. So guys, this is called complaint. So this is very, very much important. See, that is called complaint. Okay, this is complaint. Done? Next. Some more things are there. The goods which are hazardous to life and safety when used, okay, in contravention of standard relating to the safety of such goods, okay, where the trader know that the goods so suffered are unsafe, the service which are hazardous or likely to be hazardous, and the claim of product liability action lies against the product manufacturer. So these are the complaint class. These are the complaint. See, first, second, third, fourth. Okay, this is fifth, sixth, seventh. So 7 points are there, class. Let's talk about the complaint. So this is important. This is important, guys. Done? Next, what is consumer? So consumer, that is a very simple definition. So consumer means the person who buy any goods for the consideration, okay? For the consideration, hire or avail any services for consideration. So this is the one word to understand the definition of consumer. So consumer, now you can just study the whole paragraph. Otherwise, I have already ticked the main thing. So consumer means any person who buy any goods for consideration which has been paid or promised or partially paid, partially promised under any system of deferred payment, include any user of such goods other than the person who buys such goods consideration, partly paid, partly promised, or any system deferred payment. That is called consumer. And service. So this sentence talk about services, this sentence talk about the goods. That's it. See. So this is important. Now, what is consumer dispute? Dispute where the person against whom a complaint has been made denies or disputes the allegation contained in the complaint. This is called consumer dispute. That is important. That is important. What is consumer rights? Right to be protected against the marketing of goods. Okay, consumer rights. We have already done 6 points. So right to be protected. I will just highlight the points. Right to be protected. Right to be informed. First of all, I will highlight then. Right to be assured. Right to be heard. Right to seek redressal. Right to consumer awareness. So class, this is your 6 rights of the consumer. So now what is written here? Right to be protected against the marketing of goods, product and services which is hazardous to life and property. That is right to be protected. Right to be informed. Suppose we have a right to be informed about the quality, quantity, potency, purity, standard, and the price of goods, product, services, etc. Right to be informed. Next, right to be assured wherever possible access to the variety of goods, product, and services at competitive price. That is important. Okay. Right to be heard, to be assured that consumer interest will receive due consideration at appropriate forum. Right to seek redressal against unfair trade practices, restrictive trade practices, or unscrupulous exploitation of the consumer, and right to consumer awareness. So this is very, very much important. Okay, so there are 6 rights, guys. There are 6 rights of the consumer. Done? 6 rights of the consumer. What is defect? Defect means any fault, imperfection, shortcoming in the quality, quantity, potency, purity, standard which is required to be maintained by under any law for the time being in force or under any contract express or implied or claimed by the trader in any manner. This is called defect. So when we purchase anything, that's come under the defective way. What is e-commerce? Buying or selling goods and services including digital product over digital and electronic network. This is called e-commerce. So now this Consumer Protection Act also apply in the e-commerce services. That is important. Okay. So defect e-commerce. If I say you that what are the important points, important this, so the important advertisement is not important. Complainant definition is important. Complaint is important. Consumer definition is important. Consumer right is important. These are the important terms that you have to learn. Now, what is goods? Goods means every kind of movable property, includes food as defined under subsection this of Food and Safety Standard Act 2006. So this is the definition of goods. That's it. Done, class? So this is the definition of goods. Okay. Now let's start with the next. What is misleading advertisement? Misleading means that if any good and services we are purchasing that is falsely describe such product and services, false guarantee, convey express or implied representation which if made by the manufacturer, seller, service provider would constitute the unfair trade practice, and deliberately conceal. Conceal means to hide the important information. This is called mislead advertisement. That is important. Mislead advertisement. Person, individual, firm, Hindu undivided family, cooperative society, an association of person, any corporation, any artificial, judicial person. So these are the person, but that is not important. That is not important. Whatever the definition that is important, I have already highlighted you. That is consumer rights, definition of consumer, what is complaint, what is complainant, that's it. So this is your what important points, okay, that can be come in the form of question. Okay, now what is restrictive trade practice? This is already come in your exam. Already come in your exam. So what is restrictive trade practices? That is basically manipulated of price. One word to remember. Manipulated of price, that is called restrictive trade practices. Okay, one word to remember. Service of any description which is made available to the potential user and includes not limited to the provision of facilities in connection. So services is basically that we just give to the people. Okay. Now the insolvency and bankruptcy code. What is insolvency? If a person is not able to pay the money, this is called insolvency. And what is bankruptcy? When the court declares that that person is not able to pay the money, this is called bankruptcy. So this is the exact definition of the term insolvency and bankruptcy code. Now let's understand the next one. What is bench? Bench includes of adjudicating authority. This is called bench. Adjudicating authority. Because in insolvency and bankruptcy matter, what are the adjudicating authority? DRT and NCLT. These are the adjudicating authority under this one. Excellent, ma'am. So under insolvency and bankruptcy code, Okay, this DRT and NCLT is the adjudicating authority. Okay, what is charge? As we know that any interest lien that is created on the property or asset of the company of its undertaking, this is called charge. Suppose if a borrower is not able to pay the money, so in that case, the borrower is but obvious have given the security to the person, to the creditor. So on that security, whatever the interest and lien that is created, that is called charge. So this is very example. Corporate person defined in clause 20 of section 2 of Company Act 2013. See, corporate person. Corporate debtor who owe a debt. That is called corporate debtor. And those candidates who are just seeing this session in the recorded form, do not forget to ask any question if you feel. You can ask any question, guys. Okay? You can ask any question. Because concept clarity is the first priority. What is creditor? Creditor means any person who wants money. That is called creditor. Debt, any liability and obligation. That is called debt. Default, non-payment of debt. That is called default. Okay, if I am not able to pay the money, ma'am, after CIB, what to do? Divya ma'am, after CIB, you have a certain certification course, ma'am. You can do that course because that will also benefit for you. And ma'am, for more detail in certification, you can please ask this question to the Suprabha ma'am because she is the this banker. So she will tell you in a better way that which certification course will be better for you, ma'am. Because ma'am, Divya ma'am, after CIB, mainly banker do the certification course. Okay, ma'am, you can just ask me the link of Suprabha ma'am in the Telegram ID. Financial institution, that is also the authority in which we just demand the money. Okay, so it's include scheduled bank, financial institution, okay, public financial institution and such other institution. That is your definition of this one. Okay, next, insolvency professional. Insolvency professional is one of the pillar of IBC. So these professionals, a person enroll under section 206 with the insolvency professional agency. That's it. Information utility, this is also the pillar, this is also the pillar. Just like the government have 3 pillars: legislature, executive and judiciary. So IBC also have a 4 pillar: adjudicating authority, insolvency professional, information utility, and the last one is IBBI. Okay, a person who is registered with the board as an information utility. What is person? Individual, Hindu unit family, company, trust, partnership, LLP or any other entity. That is called person. Property includes money, good, actionable claim, land, every description of property, that is called property. What is secured creditor? The creditor in favor of whom security interest is created. Secured interest, security interest, rights, title, interest, claim to property created in the favor of secured creditor. Because secured creditor wants money, so whatever interest that is created on the security, that is called security interest. Transfer include sale, purchase, exchange, mortgage, pledge, gift, loan, etc. Transfer of property, any property include transfer of any interest in the property and creation of any charge upon the property. Okay, so that's all for today's class. So I hope so you people like this session, and tomorrow is the last day of the definition term. Okay, and after that, Thursday and Friday, we will do the case studies question. So let's meet tomorrow with the same timing. Thank you so much.